Hello everybody for round 7 of the club series here in Gavra Racing, here at Ruapuna Park. We've had some drama already. Scott just disconnected from pole position provisionally, and he is rejoining at this moment, so we do hope he can get another lap in, but his times will be glitched, so we cannot really see what times he will be setting. Joining me in the commentary box is Phoenix today, and also Evil Dragon joining in a share play. Phoenix will be doing the cameras today, and Evil will be doing support commentary, so say hello to them.
Hello. Hello everybody, I'm back again. That happens a lot, and joining me is my main com, I'm co-com. That's weird, but I'm the co-com today, but it's going well. Got Dan here, he's in 4th position driving the beautiful green, Corvette here. The C7, I believe it might be. Is it the C6? One of the two of them.
I do think it's a C7 indeed.
The C7 Stingray then. So of course, 2 disconnects. Of course, that's 3 actually. Dan as well as involved in the disconnect earlier on. He's had a power cut. We have been involved. We get in the old Corsa 911 coming down into the first corner. That is Skull going off there. That's turn 3. And parking off there, so it looks like he's got a few. Yeah, of
course he wants to get a good lap in again. He had a good lap in. He was on provisional pole with not a really big gap. I think it was 9/100ths of a second. But still, it was a really good lap from him. And of course, he'll be bummered again. He again got disconnected. And now, Red and Lonnie are really close to each other in terms of pace. And Red goes fastest.
Indeed, Red going fastest in. Of course, the LMP3, and it is very good to see build good cars back indeed around Ruapuna in New Zealand. It's a karting track, of course, hosts all of a racing event, of course, karting. The Formula Rookies, of course, the Formula Ford Australia Oceania kind of area, of course, New Zealand as well involved in that as well. One of the only few tracks in New Zealand, of course, that is kind of permanent. So either not suited for driving, or a few street tracks involved as well. Aikalo, he's down into turn 3, couldn't speed up that. And ahead of him is old Suki there. Of course, the beautiful pink in black livery as well, running a little bit wide. And getting in the way a little bit there, I imagine, there. Possibly dirty air, not really helping the car behind's lap time indeed. But this track, of course, back through. I've driven it a lot. I actually won my first ever event in Gavra here in controversial circumstances, but it's a good track that some drivers like, some don't, isn't it?
It's a really interesting track because, of course, there's not a lot of room for overtaking, not a lot of room for fast driving, not a lot of room for really fast corners and fast-paced action. But every time we had a Gavra race here, it has turned up to be a classic. Remember GT3 Season 3? It was not broadcasted, unfortunately, but that was one of the best races ever. And of course, yesterday in GT3 was also a really good race, really action-packed. Ferrari beat domination again, but other than that, really good action on the rest of the track. And GT4, unfortunately, also not broadcasted.
Indeed, unfortunately, we've had some technical issues in terms of broadcasting recently, but nonetheless, it's going well with a Skold. It's in 8th right now on technical and LMP3, but it has not got a lap time. Getting on the grass a little bit there on a entry to turn number 1. He'll be lucky at that though, so it'll be curious to see when he ends up in just over 10 minutes time, of course.
Let's go for an onboard lap with him.
Let's go on a board lap indeed if we can. In a minute, maybe we'll get an onboard lap. There is the onboard lap then, here we go then. So that is about turn 5, it's the tricky little area here, triple right, little tiny left. Then it's kind of a cambered right here. This corner really wants to loosen your rear end. It's quite easy to run right on the exit, how it opens up, and the Skull does run right there. And now we come into one of the trickier corners here. It's very fast, kind of chuck it in, hope the car grips in this corner as well. Easy to run wide and invalidating your rapid, so that Skull invalidates.
Yeah, that's an invalidation, yeah.
Yeah, that is that. Validate. It's got to come to the last corner. Tricky braking zone opens up on the exit. You want to be careful though, because that wall there on the right, all ready to pounce you and eat you alive. It's way over there, a little bit wide, but comes the line. Let's see where Skull goes. Well, can't see it, but he looks like just running past Crazy
I
there.
do think his lap time was invalidated either way, because also when you go right there, it also invalidates the next lap instantly.
Indeed. Let's see who we're going to go to next. It is Lonnie Land in the other course in the white there. That is Sig just ahead of him in the good old BMW.
I love that livery
there.
by the way.
Some beautiful liveries here as per usual in the series, and it's definitely the white and blue, of course, contrasting to the white and orange just ahead of him there, of course, Sig. But Lonnie driving a good race there behind him there. I believe that is DJ Luke behind him as
yeah, well. DJ Luke not having a lot of luck. He is in 8th overall and 7th in LMP3. He's right in the middle of the GTE cars. He really has to get another good lap in if he can. He is in total, I think, 2 seconds off the pace of his fellow LMP3 guys.
Well, it's 3 actually, 3.1 off actually compared to Fred. So, well far down the field, and his nearest driver is, of course, Crazy. He's only 3 tenths there behind Crazy. So, interesting stuff to see. Got a slight turn number 1, but gets away but there. And I'm talking about Crazy. He's in the pit lane right now. Same with Sig, now DJ Luke joins him in the pit lane. Apparently, this order race so far: Red, Iker, Lonnie, Suki, Len, I believe it is
Firmule.
Who is in? Yeah, Firmule. Then Crazy, then DJ Luke, and then Scold, and the GT3 it is Sig. If you get Marcus and Dan and Dennis. That is your order so far. It's 7 minutes to go in qualification.
Well, on my screen, Scott, Dan and Dennis are in 11th, 12th and 13th respectively. Do you see any other standings than me?
No.
Well,
Skull clouding the
Skull is really pushing there. You can do that there, but if you run too wide, it's going to be an invalidation.
Indeed, he's got a lot of traffic out of him. One of them pulls off there. I believe that might have been, let's see if we can get a glimpse of it. No, we can't. That's running very wide there. In fact, he's stopped and going back to the
There was Sig in front of him.
There is Sig ahead, and there is Scott ahead of Sig, I believe. Not certain who it is. It's gone very wide.
A little bit wide, yeah.
That's
red. It must be red.
Red. And so the two Red and Sig running together, getting caught up by the Venturi cars.
Oh,
a lot of pushing. Car is still gets a tank slapper though on the exit.
Yeah, there was also an invalidation. I don't think Skull ever got a lap in after his disconnection.
Indeed, may not, sir. He's not looking good, but hopefully we get some comments down in the chat below. I have got them open, see if you've got any comments, and there's always good comments come up when they do. Alright, going to turn 1, just ahead of Sig right now, and you've got to say, just looking at him, he looks confident. He's only 40, just under 50,000 ahead of Hiker, by the way, so it's very close between the pair of them, but you have to wonder, these two drivers, they're very fast. I've not really kept up this season, but it seems very close and competitive.
Yeah, I don't really have an eye on the standings as well. It is of course a team-only championship, so we are not looking at the individual drivers. We are really looking at which teams are performing best, because there's no driver championship in this championship. It's only solely team-based.
Indeed it is. Well, you have to wonder, though, is he actually looking at Sig right now if we can. He's stuck behind one of the Fords there. I believe that might be, is that Marcus in the Ford?
Lonnie, it might be. Lonnie or Marcus. One of the two. Lonnie's in the LMP3, so it must be Marcus, yeah.
Yeah, it's Marcus, there we go then. Flies little Ford into the first 2 corners then. The Ford driving the very historical livery, the white and blue, of course. We remember the white and black from the Gran Turismo games. It's even number 4. I'm pretty certain back to you remember.
That's a bit off.
It goes well off the road, and that's going to go into the wall of his Narcaville. Just managed to get the stop there. One of their very large. Carefully rejoining though is I believe that's the Venturi car. It is. Skull, chucking it through there. Behind him there is DJ Luke.
And behind that it's Suki.
Well.
Yeah. In a beautiful, iconic, almost pink livery. Currently the only female driver in Gavra Racing. She's doing really good. She had a really good chance of winning in Le Mans, but a lot of bad luck and a lot of accidents later on in the race really cost her badly. So she's got what it takes to win a Gavra race. But will we see anything good from her today? She's in 4th position overall at this moment. What do you expect from her? What do you think she can do?
Well, you have to wonder, you have to really wonder, it's down to this, but just half a second of Lonnie, just under a second off the leader, so you have to wonder if she's got the pace right now, but I do believe, and I have seen this before, that Suki generally is a bit more slower in quality, but is very quick in the race. Now, we've seen this plenty of times to see, down the straight there, I don't know why you do that, so that's not going to help her lap there ahead of a few cars as well, so that is one of the main characteristics of this track is off
Which is another car up, that's Marcus again.
Marcus.
And also Tsuki got distracted by it. Yeah, it's Marcus.
Marcus in the Ford GT there, and here's the new Ford GT as well. Of course, the well, it is most famous seen Ford in that white livery. It's one of the most.
There's another car off in the next corner after this one. Or will you only slow down?
I believe they slowed down. Not seeing anyone on the mini map all the time. And that on
yeah,
the way,
yeah, it was. I think it might be Dan or Dennis. Oh, he's off again. If you can see one corner ahead.
Yeah, I.
No, wasn't one of them. Yeah.
Go for it. There is Dennis there at the bottom of the circuit, but
still driving, so it wasn't him.
Driving the very well.
Now he goes off.
There we go, that's it. And he's beats that car if he's not careful. Just
a bit too much curb there. If you hit the curb on the inside there, the car bounces up and it can bottom out and you can just spin around. Yeah, it was a yellow car behind there.
I think that might be. It's not crazy.
Is it Fairmule? It's Fairmule.
It is Fairmule. Yeah, it's Fairmule there. Fine. Goes to 10 up there. Yeah, there we are then. And yeah, we go towards it.
He's
but,
not.
What I was saying about. It's a very iconic livery, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I mean, both of those cars of the HLB racing team, they're both quite iconic. Well, Fairmule goes off. I think we might actually have a new team. Because Fairmule and Dennis are running similar liveries. I haven't really been catching up, to be honest, to what's happening in the club series. Yeah, but I do think they've got a new team. Dennis and Fairmule have got a new team to replace other drivers.
Because we still only have one Venturi car, of course. The replacement is meant to be JJ Wilkins, if I am not mistaken, the old Aidster, but I think it might be Matt Gamer who is meant to be in that car, but is not here, unfortunately, as off goes Hiker into the grass and back to our pit lane. And we have to come into the last few moments of qualification here, looking at Fairmule then, as he's not really having very good lap. And he is very much struggling right now. Fifth place, he is midfield.
So Red, Hiker, Lonnie and Tsuki are done in qualifying. DJ Luke is still on a lap, as is Fairmule. Let's see what they can do. We can see Marcus in the background, in the foreground, also setting a lap time. No improvement from him. But they still have one more lap to go. Because the time hasn't run out yet. So.
Not yes, this lap and then all over. The timer begins. 86 seconds. The countdown. It will begin.
He is on an improvement.
Countdown. DJ up 92 thousandths. Over half a second down. Those 6 tenths on Suki. Do you think he's gonna really can gain half a second in this, despite
he's really gonna push now. He's really gonna push now. I don't know if he lost a lot of time in further sectors compared to other people. Unfortunately, we can't really see the sector times. But if he wants to gain 5 tenths, he's really got to do that here, and he's get 1 tenth. Now you cannot see the in the timings, unfortunately. But let's see. It's all down to the final corner. He was 1 tenth quicker. Can he find 4 tenths possibly in the last corner? Let's see.
Runs it very wide to the line. Let's see. DJ Luke to the line. Can he improve the outer line? Is a grand total off. He will. But does he improve his lap time? No. He does not.
Let's go to Firmule now. He is next to cross the line.
Yep, yeah, Mill, let's see. Doesn't look like a good lap on our end. Let's see, cross the line, does he improve at all? Does not.
And now Scald is still on the lap, is he? No, he's not.
And now he's backed off. He's got
let's see where he is. Of course, he got disconnected earlier on in the qualification. So unfortunately, even if he set a lap time, we cannot see what time he is setting. So we will only see once the full grid is clear. So this is the unofficial qualification standings. Red, Hiker, Lonnie are the top 3. Tsuki, DJ Luke, Firmule, and 7th place is Racy Real. Those are all the LMP cars. The other cars of GTE are Sonico, It Forgets, Marcus. Scott is also in LMP there, but we do expect he's a bit up the field. Dan and Dennis are rounding up the grid for GTE. Now, Evil, what do you think? Do you think Scott might be on pole actually? Because that's always possible.
Well, your answer is no. He's in
third,
but
he's in 3rd position.
So
he did improve.
He did improve, lads. We've got 3rd. He's side by side along him, but it's a long race. We've got a 1 hour and a half out, well, 1.5 hours. So it's gonna be a difficult, long race.
If we can get
expect carnage, expect Timeson. It's going to be a very tedious race, and I'd say that's right. In honest opinion. It's a very tedious track. It's very demanding on the drivers and the car, and well, it's generally everything. So it's gonna be difficult, isn't it?
It's gonna be always very difficult, especially with the high downforce LMP cars. By the way, director, can you get the map up and the splits again?
Indeed, our little thing that always disappears, but. Siggy's currently he's on P1 in the good old GTE class. Next to him is that very fast Porsche. Behind them is, of course, Marcus, Den, and Dan. So not many GTEs. Only got four GTEs it seems. 5 GTEs and 8 of course LMP3s here today. Only a few minutes to go until we do begin the race, by the way. So hope you are joining us. Hope you've got that popcorn out. Indeed, eating the popcorn, getting everything ready.
We can get a bit to the field so we can see the fuel loads.
Indeed, let's go to P1. Let's have a little look, see if we can. So 62, it's going to be the ideal. 62, 85, so Red running a little better. Let's feel in Hiker, Skull going on 84 as well. So everyone running quite heavy fuels apart from Red, so keep an eye out for him later on in the race. The 2, of course, the 2 pink and black liveries there, of course a bit of blue on DJ Luke, so very similar liveries, of course, those 2. And here we go then,
let's go to the leader now.
To the leaders. Here we go then, beginning of the race. 5, Red, light here, and Ruapuna it is, lights out, away we go. Red gets a good start off the front row, side by side though, Heidi gets
DJ Luke is off.
Second start, DJ Luke off in the background, everyone seems to be squirming away cleanly it seems. But Red leads ahead of Hiker.
There's contact with Suki.
No. Free. They roll off. Skull leads.
So Skull is in the lead. Tsuki, Skull, and it looks like another LMP car all got off. DJ Luke having a fight with the Porsche in the background. And goes well. And there's another white car off in the background there. Might be Marcus there.
Yeah, Marcus it was, I believe, off indeed, gets it back on, but horrible start though from Red and the rest of the LMP cars as well. Contact, it seems Suki may have misjudged the braking though. Dream start from Skull, however, straight up to first, and you have to say that is very much contrasting fortunes to when he was though, qualified 3rd, leading already. So good start from him ahead of Lonnie. DJ Luke in 3rd, of course, and then you've got the GTE cars behind. That is, I believe, who is that?
It Forgets.
Must be It Forgets who,
It's Racy Real behind him. So Racy Real, also a really good start from him.
Indeed, but they altered to race.
There's another start battling with Marcus. I think it's Marcus and Hiker. Behind it is Finn.
Samuel and Red are very close together, and indeed there is the line of GT LMP3s coming into turn 1. Let's see down the inside goes Samuel on Red, is that not? get a move. It seems he has. Yes, he did indeed. So great to remove there from Fairview, but definitely putting up with the leaders and he's challenging. Let's see if anything can happen in D now.
Goes with wide. There's gonna be a penalty for her. You should not, there's an it's Hiker on the inside of Marcus.
They were bunting very much up behind. This is very awkward for Marcus, by the way. He's in a situation where he is battling for position on technicality, but realistically, he's kind of holding these guys up, and Fermio gets right up and behind. This is allowing Red to go around the outside, it seems that. And let's see, does he back out? Yes, he did do so, but really getting held up here. By the way, Sig is right on the back of Razy, by the way, I believe. And DJ Luke has got a penalty.
DJ Luke's got a penalty. It's all gone bad for him. And Fermio's off.
Oh, no, that's Fermio. Fermio was that off.
Yeah, Fermio went off there. Yeah.
There it is. He's off into the grass.
In the middle of the grass.
He got all too much on the curb, and now Red under pressure from, I believe that's Sig. Yes, it is running a bit wide, but very interesting. I believe Vectra, sorry, so not Vectra, you're there. Sig and Razy very close together here. Let's take a look at those two as they come towards turn number one. I believe that's...
Oh, the camera.
Yeah, look.
Oh, tank slapper there from Sig. He's battling with a LMP car. Again, Sig proving his worth in the GTE car. He can just battle with his LMP cars. And also ID forgets. And Razy is already looking on the back of him.
Yeah, this is not really good for Razy. Now this of course...
In the background there's a move. So move in the background. It was Red on Marcus. Finally through. Marcus off. Heavy contact.
I think Suki involved as well. Another car off. I think that's Red going off the track.
Was it Red?
I think Red involved as well. They're very close as Marcus gets all out of shape there. Indeed, also going all out of shape is
Dennis?
Dennis. Yeah, Dennis getting all out of shape as well. But
in front of Red, there's a big battle going on. There's, I think, Racy, It Forgets, and DJ Luke having a battle.
And Sig.
Yeah, look at that. There's a big train. You see the size
GTE,
difference.
LMP3, GTE, and LMP.
It's Hiker making a move on Sig, and through he goes.
Not going to hold him up there. Teammates, of course, aren't they?
But on the no, they're not teammates. Sig is teammates with Red.
Liveries, though, you have to say, they've got very similar liveries. In my opinion, with the same kind of schemes, a bit of orange and a bit of white and blue on that car. Razy stuck behind the Force, however. That's very interesting. So you don't often see. Well, in fact, you do.
They all went wide. They all went wide, and the problem is with that corner. If you go wide there, you get a slowdown penalty. I had that yesterday a lot of times.
Razy really wanting to get past this GTE car now, of course, if he gets, he's really not going to make it, well, he's not going to make it like easy for him. He's stuck behind the car, and of course I remember Razy around this track before. He's very much favourite to win here normally. He's always quick, and he's not quickest.
It's of course his home race, of course he wants to perform well here.
He hasn't really performed well with the last 2 seasons. Last time out he lost to me, somehow, and today he's stuck behind a GTE car. That's not going to, well, best piece of that now goes down the inside, as I say, and let's see. With the straight line speed, that Porsche is going to be a vicious car in a straight line we know of. And then we see the Porsche coming back at it. That is incredible here. Razy's going to have to back
and also Hiker joining the fight.
Oh, Anthony Brave side by side in turn one. What's out by there? Getting very close, and indeed, Razy just about gets the move done. Yes, he does, and he's going to get very defensive there.
There's a car off in the background. I think there might be Dennis or Dan.
Yeah, it might be one of the two of them, as everyone was very wide there. Indeed, also goes great.
Yeah, Dennis down in the back, battling with Dan. Or is it Flayboy? No, it's not Flayboy. Oh no, yeah, Flayboy replaced Dan.
They're not there anymore. He's off the road. The Corvette's off, by the way. He's massively spun. That is Dan. Really,
yeah, I was confusing with Flayboy because of course Flayboy replaced him a few races ago. But let's go back to the main battle. I think it's heating up there.
House off as well. There's reporting now. I think Dennis went off as well again because he's dropped dramatically there.
Hiker and It Forgets. Hiker and It Forgets side by side.
Not yet. Very close, and it's getting awkward now. As now passing goes the Red, and now you've got the battle for GTE Pro. The definitely Pro indeed. The well, reigning champion indeed last season, technically, of 6 months on ago, but of course,
let's take a look at Scald. Is Scald getting pressurized from DJ Luke?
No.
Well, there's not a really big gap, so we have to...
DJ Luke, however, getting pressurized by Lonnie.
If we can get the timings up, can we get a look on how much penalty DJ Luke has? 1 second, so not too much. So not too much penalty. It can go away now.
There we go.
Yep.
It's all good, but still leading DJ Luke and Lonnie, and then the high cut racing red. It forgets and sick, however, that's the battle we want to look at, though. The battle for, of course, and that's crazy as well, but this is the battle for GTE Pro. The GTE Pro drivers at least, and pulling the precipice in the background.
And now,
that is Suki catching.
Suki's now knocking on the door.
That's a position you don't want to be for Suki then. You really don't want to be challenging on the inside there. It's very difficult, especially when you've got to slow it up. But
if we can get on board with Suki, we can just see the speed difference between GTE and LMP.
On board we go with Suki. Now we should be able to see BMW, especially the fourth, they're just stopping away. That starts to close up now. It's still closing, but they're equal speed. Now to the slipstream. But now the car opens up again at the top speed. Now Sig sees
on the inside.
The door open. Leave the door open. I think there was a bit of contact nearly, very close. And now Suki. Now Sig wants him to get her to get a move on. And late apologies there, Suki, but Sig really wants to. Give a bit of a go on, do something, go and have a move, and now let's see to the inside out.
Yeah,
do for not helping Sig.
Oh, the contact.
Well, it is now. Well, it definitely is now. Oh, that's awkward. Don't go 3 wide there. Let's go to let's go to the 2 battling ahead, and still side by side. Suki still. This is really being a nuisance here. Suki now has to back off. He's getting in the way. I think he's spun.
Suki spun. So what happened is Itforget lost the rear end. And Tsuki nowhere to go, couldn't avoid him, and now I think she is damaged, unfortunately. I was talking about if you could achieve something today, but it's really looking good for her. And let's take a look at the lead. I think Scald is pulling away.
Yes, Scald is pulling away. You can see that he's into turn 1. These 2 behind separated by just 1.1 seconds here as well, and opening up bit by bit. Now, you have to wonder here, the field's becoming slowly stagnated here, apart from, of course, the battle for the GTEs between, of course, Sig and Id4 gets. They are separated by just 4 tenths of a second here if we go back to low soup, if we can fly into turn number 1. Indeed, here we are, and Sig gets a good exit here, but of course, again, it's a little bit quicker in straight line. The 2 German manufacturers, both, of course, I believe Italian drivers, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Itforget is British, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's contact!
And that's
and
why, then you have to say, that is a bit of a misjudgment there. That was definitely a racing incident there. None of the drivers do anything. A bit of a drift though, so we haven't passed in any blame. I'd say Itforget's drifting a little bit there, but it's a difficult corner. I've witnessed a lot of incidents there in the past. I think, Patrick, you've seen quite a few there. It's easy to do. It's kind of on camber. It's very tricky. The trail braking zone as well. It's going to happen eventually, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you can hear from me. There were a lot of incidents I've seen there. I did a few league races around this track, and every race, like I said, it's action-packed. There are incidents, there are spins, even though you cannot really overtake here, you see overtaking, and you see a lot of drivers staying close together the whole race, and that's really good about this track. And by the way, Marcus has got a penalty. How much, do I ask?
Let's see if we can get our timings up.
It's also 1 second.
Track limits.
Yeah, it's track limits. That's probably because of track limits again. And of course that one corner when you run wide and you have a problem. There's a car going slowly in the right-hander.
Dennis.
Might be Dennis. No, it wasn't.
No, hit that. Is it Dan?
No, it's
Dan. I don't know who that is.
Oh.
My TV switches to American Dad for some reason. Wow. But nonetheless, Suki. There she is. Behind again, behind Sig, not having a good afternoon right now. Because ahead, of course, Ferris. Daniel.
Ferris.
Not going well. Ferris. Not going well between them, and bit of improvement though. 500,000 improvement, but up front though is GJ Luke behind, and of Scald. GJ Luke and Lonnie there. Up gap opening. In fact, Lonnie.
Oh, Scald has lost his position.
Scold's gone off. That's what's happened there. So that must have been going slowly. Scald down the inside he goes then. He's immediately coming back through. What has happened to Scald? That must have been the car we saw that too.
Yeah, I noticed it. Oh, there's a tire. There's a tire bouncing up. Oh, there's red. Red off in the background.
Yeah, red's gone. Yeah, too much curb and big close up here. There is red indeed. Now that is Racy catching up.
Can Racy do something now?
Yeah, Iker and Lonnie and Scald very close together.
So what I saw, of course, for us, Scald shows up with the blue car. I thought it was a lapped car, but I saw a car going slowly there. Not usually you see a slow car there. So Scald lost 2 positions, and now DJ Luke's in the rightful lead, and Lonnie is now in third again, and Scald into second. And now Hiker will now pressurize Lonnie for second position, third position, must I say. So let's see if we can make a move into T1.
Let's see as the camera alludes to the inside, and doesn't do a lot there, but why all the drivers there getting themselves a bit dirty and bit dirty.
Maybe we can get on board with Hiker, so we get a good view of this battle.
He's got on board with the Swedish driver, I believe. I can't remember off my head.
Well, his name is Hiker of Sweden, so I think he's Swedish.
I'm presuming he is Swedish. Probably isn't though. That's never exploded. A bit of boy spinning off there. And that, you have to say, that was the rear of Lonnie's car coming around there.
Yeah, there are also Suki. Suki is also having a battle with someone.
That's
Suki Nitforgets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, party. Where is Sig on all this? Wondering, he's about, well, he's 4 seconds up the road, so he's definitely opened that gap up there. So maybe, if Forgets made a mistake, maybe it is batting low with the LMP3, so hold it up a long time. That stays a poor showing for the GTE cars. There's only 5 of them compared to the 9 LMP3, so a bit of a poor showing level up there.
It isn't surprising, of course. LMP is performing better here. Yeah, you don't really need the straight line speed here as much as other tracks. You mostly need downforce, of course, and that's what these cars have.
We have under rotation of some of the cars and spinning a few of them go. Meanwhile, though, DJ Luke leads from Scald, Lonnie, Hiker, Red, Razy, Suki, and Samuel.
Yeah, let's go back to DJ Luke actually, because we cannot see when Scald is battling. So if we can get back to DJ Luke, he's still in the lead. Scald is quite far behind him.
About 4 seconds.
Oh, he goes wide.
Well, no,
he goes wide.
Better, you've cast it. And DJ Luke goes wide. That will not lose too much time.
And now on board with Scald. Can he catch up to DJ Luke?
Scald is catching, but let's hope his internet doesn't fail again. He's had horrid luck, a bit of wide there. That's not going to help him at all. Scald is on the back and is still trying to close the best he can. Let's hope no connection has issues. I believe DJ Luke has less fuel, however. It is 64. Let's see how much DJ Luke has if we can.
65, so it's quite equal.
Wrong. And I can't remember who it was running less fuel, but one of the LMP cars running less fuel. I think it might have been
Red. Might have been Red, and Scald goes off.
Running wide into turn 1, and off he goes into the grass. Through he goes. That's not going to help his tyres at all. And now behind him, the lap is, I believe, red. Yes, it is red.
No, it might be.
Yes,
it's actually Lonnie. I think it's Lonnie behind him.
It's not, it's Hiker.
Oh yeah, Hiker is behind Scald now, and Lonnie has got past.
1 hour 13 minutes to go in this murder race here. I hope you're joining us here in the chat. And hello to Nico Perez, by the way, our favourite Dutchman, apart from Vetro.
Oh, I was just about to say.
awkward, but nonetheless, Piker and Skull and Red all battling together here, and this track, it's really kind of bringing into its own thing. A few drivers were worried, by the way. I've spoken to Sig recently, said he was worried that the LMP3s might struggle here in terms of grip, and they steadily seem to be
Red
struggling
and
a little
Hiker
bit here.
side by side.
Side by side, number one. Now Red will have the advantage here, but the inside not always has it the best. And down the inside he goes. Let's see if he can hold the line on the outside though. Lots of knock.
Oh, there was lag, but he does have the position. Nice move from him. There's also two other cars going down the main straight. Yeah, that. Oh, good catch from our director. That's Suki and Sig, indeed.
Behind that then will be Samuel, and if he gets Marcus, Dan.
Normally this shouldn't be a problem for Suki, but of course, who is in the GTE car? It's Sig, and Sig is really hard in defending and really good driver. And in GTE,
lets him through. No, lets her through, should I say? Again. But sorry, Suki, keep calling you. This is getting awkward, but Suki through nonetheless, and up to now officially sixth in the header of course.
Let's take a look at the leaders. Is DJ Luke still in the lead?
Yes.
Yes, he is. But not with a comfortable lead. But not with all too comfortable lead. Lonnie is still in second, and Scott is still in third.
Don't really open that gap there. I think Red and Ike are battling here. That's what I'm alluding to. Yes, they are. So for a second, you can see in the background there the pair of runs there. Piker holding the line low, and he's just behind Red with just over an hour and a bit to go here in good old New Zealand. The sun shining in the sky, but a cloud in sight. And there's a song there you can think of. It's Mr. Blue Sky up there rating, and it's definitely a beautiful day here in New Zealand. The track temperature quite warm, of course. It's a very warm day indeed. Possibly the sun shining. It's cool. You know, it's about summertime here, or October technically. In 30s is that autumn right now, I believe, around this area of the world. Of course, it's March here, so it would be. Was October in it about October. I don't know if the game had that program.
Yeah, I got really confused because yesterday I had to make a lobby for GT3 and I put it to the current date and it said autumn and I was like, autumn? Well, that's quite early.
Ah, so it is correct.
So it is correct, yeah.
So it is autumn. It's a bit hard, of course. You see the mountains in the background there, Snow Peak Mountains. There's a bit on board of Piker right now. There are also Snow Peak Mountains, of course. That we all love to see. New Zealand is a beautiful place, it's a beautiful track. It's situated, this track, in a very picturesque area with those mountains, isn't it, actually? A track I think has mountains would be bougie.
Well, I quite like this track. It's a quite nice surrounding, actually. Now, it's quite a nice setting, even though the track doesn't really have a lot of emulation.
But that is very aggressive from him there. And Red is not looking for my goodness me!
What happened there?
Airborne there, Skull getting airborne.
So if we can get back to Scott, Scott and Red having contact, Scott really bouncing up from the car, just like Maldonado and Esteban Gutierrez in Silverstone did. It was a really big air moment from Scott. Might be a bit of lag, might be a bit over exaggerated, but still. Heavy contact between Red and Scott lost another 2 positions there.
Well, let's say Scott is that was a bit of an aggressive. You have to say he's done that himself there. Red was lagging out. Well, we have to Scott creating that just there, but a bit of rebound. Scott a bit of a blow blow, and Red probably frustrated Red down the inside. That's what can happen. Scott, he can be a bit aggressive on his manoeuvres, and there was a for example of them academy drivers, of course. Red, of course, needs to be academy a long time ago. Back, of course. Third season of the Academy, back when, of course, the good old Project Cars 1, I remember, was in that group with Matteo and me, and of course, one of my greatest rivals in, of course, the Academy. It was, of course, especially LMP3 season as well, it was Nico Perez.
Were you ever in Academy?
Technically, I think it was the pre-seasonal races that we originally had on Project Cars 1, but of course, certainly was the Academy back there, the pre-season races. turned up. We'd seen that was pretty much a little bit of the academy, so where we were going to be put. And, great battle back when I was still racing. I still do sometimes race, but not as often as I remember. Just over 1 hour to go still, and it's coming to a stage where the race is kind of in its awkward procedure. We've got a few cars battling.
Well, you say that, Evo, but Firmio is right behind the back of Sig. But of course, like I said earlier, normally for LMP car it should be no problem to get past a GTE car, but when Sig is in that car, it's just an all different car. And Murray Walker has left the share play, so he might have disconnected.
No, we just need to launch that back up.
Ah, just another launch back up. So, Firmio right behind Sig. He's not quite close enough yet.
Let's get back in.
I do think he does have a run on him in this corner. But of course you can see the straight line speed of the GTE. You cannot just walk past that, even in an LMP car. In terms of straight line speed, they're quite equal. And oh, sixth round.
Oh, sixth run. He did, bit of a mistake from Sig. Gets the car back going, however, so no real biggie. He's still leading GTA by a couple of margins. He's got about 2 seconds. There, just behind will be the Horsewhip. There it is, popping into our view. But he's got a hiker, by the way, and Lonnie, because they are battling. Where Lonnie as well. Actually, get Lonnie. I think he's 1.1. He's closing up a little bit.
He's closing up.
Where he is.
He's closing up to DJ Luke, it looks like.
Yeah,
but they're coming up to lap cars, so if we can get on board with Lonnie, we can see if the lap cars affect DJ Luke.
Who is that in between them there? Is that DJ Luke? I believe.
Actually, that's Marcus. Yeah, DJ Luke is in the lead, yes, but Marcus, will he help his teammate Lonnie here? He is helping his teammate. He didn't go off the racing line, and now he will let pass his teammate. Dennis getting out of the way nicely, but let's go on board with him again. Lonnie is still not past his teammate, so the awkward position here is now. DJ Luke has clean air, and Lonnie still has one more left car to go, but he did lose time, I think. Lonnie did lose time on DJ Luke there.
Say that you can't get out of the way there. Let's go to Hiker, by the way, and Red and Stoll, who are all kind of in that little area there. There's Stoll. Where is he? He's a few seconds back. He's coming to T2 time. There he is. He's probably in the view. Look at this train of cars here. Fords and
also Red going past.
Out the way. Okay. Out the way. This is going to be awkward in the exit of this corner. That Ford's going to be right in the way, just maybe not on the exit. Speed differential though. Marcus obviously will pull to the inside and back off. He should do here. He does not want to be in the way of turn number 1 at all. Awkward lap car on turn number 1. Marcus really got out of the way there a lot earlier. That's compromising. Bit of gets out of the way in the end. It's not really the way you'd want to get out of the way. Held up a little there. There's Scold in the chat mysteriously, by the way. I think Scold's got an issue here. As he's now
can go back to Scold.
From a party. It seems that, so we still have to say...
Where is he in all of this?
He is still in, what is 5th position, technically. Of course, racing is 6th. He's behind that bunch of lap cars, just ahead of Dan, just behind Marcus right now in circuit. So he's in a situation where he's got to get on with it, he's got a challenge, but oh my god, no, not again! It's happened, Skull disconnected. Again, and Red getting well held up. He is furious with that, and Scold is
Dennis is not getting out of the way. So, Scold disconnecting again. Of course, for the team Venturia Motorsport. He is running his team on his own now.
Dennis. So look at Dennis. This is ridiculously getting in the way. And now pulls out of the way. Really holding these cars up quite a lot there.
He is in the team with another academy driver, but it does seem like he has damage.
Yeah, it looks like he's knocked that wall somewhere because the bonnet picked up a little bit, but Skull out again. That is, I think, the 4th time this season he's had an issue with disconnecting. He had it, of course, most famously when he was leading in Le Mans. Again, another disconnect and another major issue, and I believe that Red having issues there at lag.
Yeah, if you can get on board with Hiker or not.
Oh,
if you get
inside.
Where's
yes,
Red gone?
Red's gone straight on. Red's gone straight on. One thing, yeah,
well, he lost the position either way. It does look like he went a bit wide there.
Lonnie getting a few lap time invalidations here as well, so he's having a bit of a there, but that is
Red.
Yeah, Red having horrible lag right there. Let's just not look at that for a while. But look at the car ahead of Hiker. He's catching Lonnie. Lonnie just went off a few minutes ago. That's why DJ Luke has now got 4 seconds. So your official order right now is DJ Luke, Lonnie, Hiker, Red, Crazy, Fermiel, Suki, Sig, It Forgets, Marcus, Dennis, and Dan.
We do believe the last 2 are not really in a position.
They're not really in a position to be anything. They're quite far down. They've been lapped, both of them.
If we can actually get to Dan, to dance, let's see where he is. He's letting his teammate pass, Razy.
Yeah, that's where he is. So
he's in the middle of nowhere at this moment. And where's Dennis in all of this? I do not think he is in front of Dan. So
that's showing for Dan. He's normally quite good. I don't often see him struggling, but this season it's been a really pretty horrid season for him. He's not really got used to these cars. I normally see him. He's quite good in GT3, but GTE's is a different kind of base. It's more powerful, more different. Regulations completely changed, of course. A lot more downforce, bigger engines, and he's really not liking this car.
Yeah, and of course, Lonnie has lost the position to.
Yes.
It said It Forgets. No Hiker. Sorry.
No Hiker.
Getting our names mixed up. And now Red is pouncing on his back. Let's see if he can make a move.
Well,
not this the corner, I think. He's too far back.
But Lonnie's still right behind the car of Hiker, and let's see if
Hiker off.
Spinning, and I've said it, and it happened immediately. Off goes Hiker. Now what has happened there? I believe he's got on the curb and overexcited that rear end. Now this is allowing Red to go absolutely laggy, absolutely everywhere. Let's see if he's going to do anything. So that is now second and third we're looking at. As Hiker's gone and made a colossal mistake on the curb. Too much power, and he's on that car spread around. Yeah,
Red got a bad exit there. You can just see to this whole section you will now lose so much time if you get one bad exit. Let's see if Lonnie can actually keep the position, because Red, of course, normally he is the quicker one. He has won a lot of races this season for the Stars and Stripes team together with Sig, and Lonnie made a mistake there. That's a bad line. Red gets a good exit now. If you get a good exit from the next corner, he might have a good chance on the straight. Hard to see without the lag, but I do think he's got a good exit. But Lonnie's exit was a bit better.
3-4-10, a little bit too far back to really make any kind of move.
So Hiker spinning out of second position, it looked like. Lonnie now to second, and that's gonna be a mistake, and Red goes past.
That's contact there of lag. I think
no,
I
don't think it was lag. Lonnie lost it before that.
Close low, bit of lag involved, and same place as Hiker went off. Lonnie's made the same mistake. That's spinning low, so that's very interesting.
And now Hiker right on the back of Lonnie now. You're going to see how quickly you can lose positions here, because the field is not really breaking up. You always have those kind of small groups. Those really small groups do break up. They do drive far behind each other. But those within those little small groups, you see this kind of battling. And this kind of battling is just the battling I like to see. It's really good.
Indeed, they're still battling low. Hiker's still right behind now with Lonnie. This battle can reignite now, and is reigniting. It's trying to the inside goes Hiker, has to back off there, but on the exit, it's going to be advantage Lonnie. He's definitely going to have a bit more straight line speed here because he went a little bit more wide, but let's see if Hiker can get that slip to him, a little too far back to make any move into the first corner. always going to be there just in case anything happens. We know last lap we went wide. Tyres are definitely going to be heating up. We don't, I don't know when they'll be fitting, but
there are 2 cars off. There are 2 cars off in the last corner.
That must be Dennis. Dan.
Yeah, it was Dennis. There was contact with someone else. It's Dan and Dennis. So they made contact together.
The double D, and they're going side by side into.
Yeah, and they're not happy with each other.
Indeed, Dennis getting a little bit lost here. Well, behind one of the legends of the sport, Dan. He's been here a long time. He's one of the oldest drivers here. Well, in terms of staying here, of course, the oldest driver entirely.
And now Sig lapping Dennis. Is it going well? It is. Let's go back to this battle. Hiker right on the back of Lonnie. He wants a position back. He made a mistake earlier. Will he now rectify his mistake and get past Lonnie? No, we got a bad exit. So yeah, because of that bad exit, he lost a lot of time again on the straight. But through these corners, it looks like Hiker has a better pace, don't you think?
Indeed, he's definitely got a better pace, he's definitely challenging, and you have to wonder, as we get a little time screen up there, you can see, generally actually, let's see, who are we looking at? We are looking at Hiker, let's keep that up, 116 to 117, very much quicker in terms of lap pace, in terms of lap time, a little bit slower, so it's a little bit interesting.
And then we get the first round of pit stops now. Suki in the pits and also is Dennis.
Yep.
Let's say, oh, big lockup from Hiker. Oh, we got a ghosted pit crew.
We've got the glitchy crew.
Oh, Lonnie's gone off actually. I thought I saw something.
We're very close.
I thought I saw something, but yeah, Lonnie's made a mistake. I don't think it was contact. So Hiker now up to 3rd place again. But Red is already far gone into with a 5-second lead over Hiker. So Tsuki in, quite a long stop actually. Steering wheel goes wide, there's gonna be a slowdown penalty if he's not careful. So it's good to see new teams. Of course, we haven't seen this car before here yet, so I have also no idea how the team is named. But new cars, new drivers, always fun to see.
Well, for the time being, we'll call it Team Bumblebee, because I suppose, yeah, it's Silver Bumblebee. But nonetheless, Bumblebee. Team Bumbles. There we go.
But in front of Firmule, there are some cars bunching up. This must be Racy in front of him.
Yes, it is Racy. There it is.
So he's quite close to him. Only 2 seconds is the gap. And Tsuki battling Dennis.
Dennis getting a lap there, that is.
Oh, Dennis off there.
Matt's almost the wall. That's Racy going through. And then his teammates.
Marco's off. Marcos is also off.
Marcos off is now. There he's stopped now.
Out of fuel.
He's out of fuel. Out of fuel. Well, that is absolutely catastrophic. What has happened there? He's tried to go to the end. It's not worked. It's not paid off. And that is critical for, well, especially for that team. Of course, his teammate is not going to be best pleased with that one.
His teammate now Lonnie into 4th position. So not a great result from this team. HLB Racing.
Definitely not the result we wanted. They were running, of course, decently paced, of course, 4th, and I think it was 3rd in GTE, but no longer out of the race.
Yeah, that is the most frustrating mistake you can make. Just oh, there's another car off. It's Racy.
Racy, and that's been contact there. There is a tyre perfectly upright on the middle of the circuit.
Oh yeah,
so
I can see it.
Hit that. That is perfect there. So someone has hit that. Now, who was Racy near?
It must be Firmule. Yeah, indeed.
Now, I'm not going to say it outright, but I could say it might have been a bit of an issue there. It's quite fun to see actually that Marcus hasn't retired the car. That's actually great fun to see actually. Car to stop there on circuit. But often you see that normally you see a car straight retired, so he's probably just frustrated. He's probably walked out.
I was just about to say, just walked out of the room, took something to eat, took something to drink maybe, and yeah.
Come back and he's probably crying his eyes out in that cockpit. Let's go on board in the cockpit camera if you can. Is he still in the car? Let's see. Is he still in that car? Yes, he is. There he is. So he's probably, I don't know what he's dreaming. He's probably just traumatized.
I think, yeah, if you look at his hands are still holding the steering wheel. He is not having a good day.
We've seen this before, of course. We saw it not that long ago, of course, in a different league race, of course. In race, well, running out of fuel, however, it was the last lap in the last corner that happened, and that was a bit of a shame.
Yeah, but that's a really big shame, but you can't really do much about that. I mean, if you burn a little bit too much fuel than you want, and if you just pit for fuel when you should, just maybe a small calculation mistake before the race, but having it midway through the race, that's the worst.
Indeed, well, DJ Luke Lowe still leads this race. He's got 37 litres. The gap is 2.5 seconds from the Raiden hiker. Lonnie in fourth. Leonard is Fermio on a great debut. He's had a race, of course, but we could have a little inquiry into what has happened to that poor old tyre. Well, it's not there anymore, so I think someone has obliterated that tyre. We'll hopefully we'll see it one day again. But DJ running a bit wide there, but very, very interesting stuff if Fermio and Razor collided. Now, it won't be the first time Razor's had an incident with another driver around this track. I'm not alluding to the last person to have an incident with Razor on this track, but it didn't end well for that driver, did it?
I must say, DJ Luke's car does look quite stable. I do think Red has the better pace, so he has to watch out there. Red, of course, he's won a lot of races. Oh, well, he also has a reputation of not really having a stable internet connection, so let's see if if his internet can hold up.
Indeed, well, his internet, he does a bit to lag there. He's definitely trying his hardest. However, it's come to an awkward situation.
What do you mean?
Well, if he does disconnect, that's going to really upset him. These guys, coming to about half through this race, I think, aren't we?
50 minutes left, so we've got, let's see, 40 minutes in.
40 minutes, we're coming about halfway through this race. 5 more minutes to go.
Do you think we will hit the 60 laps?
66, I think we'll hit. I think 66. Maybe
I will go for 58. It's a big difference, I know, but I don't think they will hit the 60 just. I don't know.
It's definitely a challenge. Red is definitely closing up. That gap is closing up dramatically here. I think, is those tyres going on DJ Luke? That could be an option. They've stayed out a long time. The first stop was
but if you look
ago, I think it was about 5-6 laps.
Oh, there was a car lagging in the. I think that's Lonnie's car. He is retired.
Oh yes,
but,
Lonnie.
I mean Marcus' car. His teammate.
Yes, Marcus.
If you can go to the camera.
I don't think we can. No, we can't. That's really good. Let's go to the East 2.
It's probably good.
Up.
No.
Here is Red. No, maybe. Yes. Possibly.
Oh, DJ Lukov for the lead. We've got a lead change.
I've had a lag involved there. That does look very mysterious because DJ sort of lurks forward and backwards. I think DJ's been flustered here by Red's lag.
But if you look at Red's fuel load, he's got way less fuel. He's got 14 liters. 12 actually.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you can just see the car of Marcus having a fit. Well, we just pretend the car's still standing there.
Down out of the way, the deflasting his lights, very sportsmanship from the Danish driver, isn't it? Oh my god. This is, I believe, yeah, it is. I believe he is Danish, isn't he?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
He is indeed.
Czech.
So I think, oh my god.
Oh yeah, he's Czech. I wanted to say that, but he's not Danish. DJ Luke is Danish.
Not Danish. But one of them's Danish. DJ Luke's Danish. There we go. I almost got it right. But like I do, Dan's kind of got that thing. I think I promoted that quite a while ago. I like flashing the lights to elude people coming through. It's quite a sportsman thing that you don't normally see drivers doing, but it kind of really signifies to the driver that yes, you can pass through.
Oh, red is off.
Yes, red. Yes, I'm just saying. Yes, red is spun. What is happening here? He's running out of fuel. He's gonna have to stop.
If you can remember Silverstone, he's got so much spins there, and that cost him the win then. And will it cost him the win now?
Let's hope it doesn't, but you never know. Anything can happen. We've still got half this race to go. Just about. I do think, yeah, 67 laps will go. The race almost got jump scared by Marcus there, jumping suddenly into the view of the big TV icon, obviously very close to us. Why would you not do that? But Ike is now challenging Red, and these two, this could be interesting. And then, oh my god. Luckily he's not
yeah, luckily he's not solid, otherwise everyone would have retired by now.
That could be a monumental crash. I remember Project Cars 1 when that used to happen, and I'll tell you that it did not end well done in that film Project Cars 1 when there's lag. You remember that, because I think I remember Barfus when you almost got sent over a cliff.
But Red is now right behind DJ Lucas made a mistake again, and the whole top 3 has bunched up again, so... Oh, DJ Lucas gone off!
Now he's gone! Where he's gone straight on, hasn't he? Where is he?
DJ Lucas made a mistake. So...
Well, nice curse again.
So, if we can go on board with DJ Luke here, we can just see what the gap is and if Hiker can battle with Red here. Now, it's really interesting to see, because Red has the better pace officially, but DJ Luke made a crucial mistake there.
And off goes.
Yeah, Hiker also off.
So there we go. I think their tyres are all going off, actually, don't you think? They're running very low. They've gone halfway through this race, so a one-stop strategy.
DJ Luke off again.
He spun that car. Where is he pointing? Yeah, he's got his tyres gone. That tyre is shot on that car, and he's surely going to have to pit.
And also, it forgets and Dan having a battle.
Which means where's Signal this, by the way? 6 still ahead, and DJ Luke does come in, like I said. And
if you can go to it forgets, and Dan are having a battle.
Yeah, that's slightly down the field. They're battling for.
I don't think it is for position, is it?
That's a lap. It's a lap, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Well, lap. I believe it might be position. I don't think it is low. I don't know. Yeah, it might. No, I don't think it is, because Suki's behind him, so they've had to beat Suki. Oh, yeah,
that's
so Suki's not having a good race. Let's go to Suki. Where is she in all this? She is behind it to get. So, yeah, that's a lap car. So Suki's gone off, or she did pit. So she, yes, he is pitted her. That's Lonnie who's lapped her. So Suki's gone and spun it or something. She's dropped loads of times. She's a lap down.
She didn't have much luck at the last few races, unfortunately. And now also Dan lets Lonnie through. Sigrazonico goes in. I think it's best maybe if Marcus retires the car, because at this rate, I mean like completely leave the lobby. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I suppose, yeah, well, we'll find out what happens after this race. I remember as Red is blowing up a 4-year-old home there. It's a really awkward pit lane. It's kind of a chicane, isn't it? I don't know really why it has it like that. It's loads of cars down, I suppose, but tricky. There is our ghost crew.
Yeah, well, if you just go into the pits, it isn't tricky at all. You can just drive through it. It's just a little bit. It's I think to prevent. No, I think it's just to prevent that cars are running side by side into the pit lane.
Ah, yes, that's so right. So normally you can do that. I think his Dan gone straight on there. I think he ran quite wide. Got a little bit inside, but nonetheless still there. Suki has a little bit of a thing, so she is behind.
Red is going up the pits again. Is he?
This is opposition. Yes, Red's coming out of the pit lane right now.
No, still not. Now he is.
Now he is.
70
There we
liters
go.
of fuel.
Yeah, we'll go to the end of this race easily. Then he'll come out easily in 5th position. He's ahead of DJ Luke. And if we get DJ Luke has a penalty, remember, as well as one. Yeah, Suki is behind if he gets here. The Porsche driver, but ahead of Suki driving the, I believe it's... what car that is actually off the top of my head. I don't think 3 make it is. I think it's the Genettos. I think it might be. Can't remember off the top of my head. I've been so long. And let's see Suki and if he gets right out the way there. But this is where the speed runner is, and I think actually if you get kind of backed off there quite a little bit. Yeah, you had it took 3 seconds, but it's 2 tenths actually.
The car's the Ligier.
Yeah, it's the Ligier. There we go. I thought it was a car. I couldn't remember what it was. We even had Giannetti in my head. But they're doing LMP1 this season in the World Endurance Championship, so we think great luck for them. I think that's only starting I think this month, I think. I'm not certain when it starts, but it's not too far away. And it's super season, 16,000 up on good old lap time, and it's going well for her.
But if we can look at the fuel, how much fuel does Hiker carry?
24 litres, exactly.
Yeah, 24, so... Oh yeah, I didn't really know we were already looking at Hiker.
We're 40 minutes to go. That will come down, so entire way, he's really coming up. The undercut is coming into fruition here. He's dropping time. I think, could Red come out in the lead there? Once
I wouldn't be surprised. Red is really smart on strategies. Mule also comes in, as does Lonnie, it looks like, yeah.
Indeed, but I have to say, like, it is one of the tracks on the calendar where you think it's going to be boring all the time, but it normally does bring up some excitement. It is a tight technical circuit, it really helps the slower cars. It's that kind of circuit where I kind of think it's like Monaco, just a little bit bigger, a lot bigger. As a Crazy,
we've not really seen a lot from him this race.
We haven't seen a lot of the good old Zealander. Second position, now finally on the podium. I don't think he'll stay like that for much longer because he's going a long
Suki
rate,
has got a penalty. Speeding in the pit lane?
Yes, no.
No,
track limit.
1 second, so... Oh, she wasn't even in the pit lane. Oh, my bad. But still, 1 second penalty for Suki. Might not hurt her that much. I do not know... Yeah, the gap is quite big, so... At this rate, it doesn't really hurt her that much, but oh...
Yeah. That's Marcus's war car going through the back of Hiker. This could be off. Can Hiker get out?
I'm quite sure he can.
Let's hope so. 35 seconds, 34 seconds dead now. 23 as Hiker was in the pit. That's interesting noting actually how gaps was doing them. And now 0-0. That's really weird. I don't think you ever see that in that decimal. I think can Razy lead a lap?
Yes, he is leading.
He is leading, yes. Just about. So Razy leads in New Zealand as Hiker comes out badly there. That is 6 passing. As well as Red is now. I thought it would have been a lot closer. It is not. So the overcuts work, has it not?
I think it has, and of course maybe he had to pit earlier because he got a lot of spins and tire wear comes into play then. And of course because of fuel, he started with a lower fuel load, but he didn't really win that much time as he wanted on the other cars with less fuel. There was a risk from him, it didn't really work for him, but still, how much fuel does he now carry?
How much carry is... Let's go through the field. So we know Razy's got 30, so they will easily be able to go another 15 odd minutes. Let's see, Hiker has got a grand total of 53. He's behind Sig. Red has got 65. Behind that, if we can see that box bit, it's 55. So all kind of equal fuel. Thermul's 54, so that's very equal. Lonnie, who's dropped the pace of the
80 actually, that's way too much if you ask me.
Oh, he's to go to the end of the race. He's just that. Suzuki's really on the back of Max. Suzuki, let's see if she can make a move here. We'll keep an eye on this. He's down in the pit lane there. We don't have to worry about that too much. Let's go on track.
Fairview also got a penalty.
Yes, let's have a quick check. I believe we can shuffle up for a brief second.
1 second. Yeah, and also if you can see in the background, Suzuki had to leave a gap there because also she went a bit wide, and that's to avoid another penalty. She also got one already of 1 second.
I do believe that, Joe. If you can go to penalties, once you get 2 track limit penalties, I think it's straight 30 seconds, isn't it?
No, it's not. No, it's first 1 second, then 2 seconds, and that's all I got yesterday. The 2 seconds doesn't seem like much, but it really is an age in racing.
I mean, you think a tenth is an age in motor racing. A whole second might
be
a
on the inside of Dan. Dan goes a bit wide, and Dennis also comes through. But they're battling for position, aren't they?
You believe they are battling? It's confusing because I don't know what lap they're on. If they are legit battling, I don't know if they're a lap between each other. But we're presuming they are. But
30 liters of fuel, so it must be for additional fuel and also tires.
So I think possibly they could go to the end of the race on this amount of fuel. I don't know if Razy can. Let's look at that gap, by the way. Look how quickly it's come down. It's
1.3 seconds.
I'll say that opens up to 1.5. It's kind of equals out now. It's coming down a little bit, but the old New Zealand driver, the elder state in this in Gavra Racing, and still holding his line and saying, "I'm still here. Don't forget about me. I might go for a podium here. Let's see if he can do it." I mean, how much fuel has he got compared to Hiker right now? 27. Do you think he can go to the end on this amount of fuel?
I do not think so, actually.
7. How much
and of course, if you can see how much Hiker is catching up. He's got way fresher tires, of course.
I mean, you've seen this before, but CeeLo, Hiker versus Razy. Now, I don't think Razy's got much in him to do that. He's going defensive, and down the inside he goes.
There's contact!
Oh, he's going straight. They're going in the wall.
Where's Razy going? Is Razy got into the wall?
I think no, he's going into the pit lane, is he?
Ooh, he's going straight into the pits.
Yes, he is not happy there, livid. But now we have a new leader. Red, what has happened there? I honestly think Razy kind of was out slightly in his fault. He moved across a little bit there. And
I think he I do have to watch the replay of that. It's hard to judge from that. But what I saw is that Razy he didn't anticipate Hiker already being on the inside, and he shut the door a little bit too dramatically. And Hiker had nowhere to go. But that's just my view on it of that split second. But it might be in a different way from Hiker's perspective or Razy's perspective.
Very, very interesting stuff. But like I've said, we normally sit and Dan is gone. He's left Session, so he's finally had enough there.
That's Razy's teammate. So in the span of a few corners, in a few minutes, it's gone from bad to worse for their team.
Indeed, but right now we've still got a battle between Hiker and Red. Now we know Red was going slightly quicker. Well, we'll have a little look after they've set their laps. I don't know. I think Hiker's still got slightly more pace. The engine will see, this is where the engine happened, but I can only imagine Razy perhaps, I don't know why he'd have to go so defensive if he was coming in the pit lane. Maybe he caused damage. I thought for a second he was going to roll over on when we went back to the third person cam. Going through. Let's have a look next lap, by the way, see how quick he did. Let's have a look now actually on about 2 tenths. It seems to be the norm between these two, a bit wide. And to get bumped off balancing there as everyone now drivers, of course, both of them being, of course, and then drivers, Hiker still well there, loses a little bit of time into T1 and really closes up into T2.
Oh, but too close.
I think he hit him actually, Baxter, did he not?
Yeah, he hit him. He hit him definitely. Not hard, but it was enough for him to spin the rear around. Did he have damage from the contact with Razy? It doesn't really look like a hard contact.
Derek goes side on side. I don't think we can really get, well, you can get damage depending on where it is, because that side, And
Marcos
out
is
as well.
disconnected. Yeah, well, we don't have a
Finally,
glitching. We don't have a glitching
Oh,
car in our face anymore. So
Marcus has finally came back in his, well,
and he realized the massacre he made. But
yes,
actually, we've got only 3 GTE cars left, with Sig, It Forgets, and Dennis in the race.
I think Hiker went away there very suddenly. He's got back to 1.9 now, so it's opened up a little bit more. Half an hour to go here in the good old Ruapuna here today, and your official rundown right now, as it stands, it is Red leading Hiker, DJ Luke, Samuel up to 4th, by the way. It's a great race for him. Of course, Razy involved in that. There is Razy. He's catching very quickly, if I'm not mistaken. There is Lonnie very far back. Indeed, there is Lonnie just there, and between that is, if you get Siglo is currently leading GTE. If you get there, and then Dennis. Well,
It Forgets actually went off.
It Forgets at the track, as you see. That's a pun I like using. And Dennis having a bit of a menace there with getting lapped and is right down the back. In fact, yeah, it is menace. I think it is what is kind of trying to. What is his last name? It's really difficult to say.
I think it's Meister.
Indeed, I don't know what that means.
I think it's just his surname, but I'm not for sure. Oh, it actually looked like the illusion that she was hitting the wall, but she's coming in. 54. Oh, she's with the pit crew.
Oh, that's I've seen that before quite a few times. I remember seeing that on the little highlights. That may never come out. They maybe come out of Road America. I've put a little bit up on Twitter. Some of the pictures first after that huge contact with, of course, all the drivers indeed, of course, back at Road America. So do head over to my Twitter if it's not been put on the official Gavra channel, as I hear a mysterious bang up inventories drop something.
No, I put my phone off the charger.
You dropped your charger then. Well, there we go. You dropped something dropped. Nonetheless, a red still lead. The gap is now 2.6. It's opening up a little bit. DJ Luke is third. And a lock up there for red. Bit of lag as well. He's really lagging. Now, could this be? Who is host? Is it Razy? I think he's host.
It is Razy, yep.
Now, I don't want to allude to Razy's internet connection, but we know how bad it can be sometimes. But could it be? He's not. There's got a bit of lag here. It's affecting. Could that be? And I don't know. It's very interesting. There is Razy. The New Zealand driver, he's 5th place as he's still catching up. The gap is he's gone off actually, I think. The gap's opened up, hasn't it, actually, if I'm not mistaken?
Which gap?
Between Razy and Giel, it was only a 2-3 seconds. It's now opened up to about 5. So I think Razy's made a mistake or he's locked up. He's not far ahead of Lonnie, by the way, only 5 seconds as well. So 10 seconds, the gap between 4th, 5th and 6th. There we go. That Razy is having a mistake. He went wide again. So he seems to be struggling here.
He's made 2 stops already, so he's really struggling indeed.
I don't know if he's made 2 stops. I think no, he hasn't. He's only made 1. But perhaps trying on these tyres, he's changed the tyres. And there he is, there in the background, and there, just in the background, there is Lonnie. And they're all closing up a little bit. The gap is, I believe, coming down a little bit here. That's 6 seconds. And then Lonnie is 5 behind. So Lonnie really is the one we want to keep an eye out in the coming laps. And there is Lonnie somewhere. There he is. As he goes into Terminal 1, the gap is still closing down a little bit more.
A little bit wide there, that's gonna cost him a bit of time.
This is turning into a very much one of those races where it's kind of, you don't know what's going to happen, but in terms of the lead, it's now 2.3. It's still equal that. In fact, I think it's coming down a little bit. No, it goes back up very suddenly to 2.5, and there we go. That's the reason why it's coming down. That's a very well good position. Dennis, so was that bit of blocking there with the same turn 1?
Yeah, Dennis has been not the easiest to pass in blue flag conditions.
It's one of those things I don't
does
think
he let Hiker pass? Hiker flashing his lights, of course.
See, that's an awkward place he's kind of in now. Let's see. He's just holding his line
What is Dennis doing?
Really poor. That is poor there. He's got out the way there, but I think what they need to do is actually just something we need to talk to that. Oh, he's gone straight up back. See, he hit the wall there, in fact. Slightly. No, he's got away with it. Dennis now coming the wrong direction. I think they need to tell the drivers about blue flag and etiquette here, and well, he's just going to put a flower back on there. The flower power. And now there's Sid coming through. What is he doing? Oh, this is awkward. What's he doing? He's all over the shot here. And yeah, holding Sig up there. This is really awkward. His tyres are shot. I'm not going to say this, but they really need to tell Academy about racing conditions, don't they? I don't think do they train conditions like that?
I'm not quite sure actually, but if they don't, they really have to, because this is really poor handling of the blue flags, of course.
Dangerous.
I mean, you just have to go out of the way immediately if you.
Indeed, for example, like Dan did that during really back there a while ago. He flashed his light saying, "I'm ready to come through," and he flashed the light. It's normally for a reason that it's really a place tracky. Then it's kind of gets out of the way. I'd say really awkward positions, because he kind of holds his line into positions where you think you need to go out of the way immediately. Like for example, the middle sector, you really imagine just get off the track indeed if you can, and all else just throw it off the road, I suppose. And he goes spinning, losing the rear end there. So I think his tyres are gone. Yeah, but they're definitely gone. His head is really gone there in that car, and he's now got Suki. Is that not? Yes, it is. It's coming up. Let's see. It gets out of the way that time finally. All of the tyres are gone, and behind that would be, I believe that is his teammate behind him. He's coming into the long right hand. Let's see if it is Carol coming through the long right hand. Indeed, is that a yellow card? Yes, it is. There we go. 25 minutes to go. Quarter of an hour to go. Quarter of an hour, because that's wrong. That's completely wrong there. Nonetheless, it's 25 minutes to go.
Yeah, this race has really stirred up some surprises, didn't it? We've had, I think, 5 different race leaders over the course of this race.
Well, let's see if we get any more. And Lonnie's catching still. The gap is now 2.5. It's come down to, well, it came down, it's particularly coming down. Let's see, let's have a little look at the lap times if we can quickly. 2 seconds. Last lap, we're looking at Razy here. 118 compared to 117, so yeah, definitely 1.3 seconds down. So quickest lap, by the way. Let's have from Lonnie there. It was the quickest lap actually. As well, that gap is really closing out. The 1.4 is stuck out second. I think Razy's struggling here. Has he gone out of this? Has he got an issue with that we don't know? Perhaps the tyres. I can imagine so. Can't be that true. But he's got a half amount of fuel getting caught dramatically here.
Must be that tyres.
But he only paired a few laps ago, so perhaps he's got the wrong tyres on. Perhaps we don't exactly know what tyres.
Well, wrong tyres. I don't really think someone will make the mistake so easily. But of course, maybe in panic. Of course, he wanted to make a quick pit stop. He had to change his whole fuel load and stuff, because of course he made a contact with was it with Hiker, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Hiker. Yes, it was indeed. Now the gap is coming down. It's 6-10 seconds. I can only imagine it's going to take this next lap. It's come down very dramatically here. In fact, it might even be into the first corner. It may be, because these guys are catching so quickly now. The gap's now 5-10, so it's coming down quite quickly. And I think, as there an issue, surely there must be an issue in this car. There cannot be a reason why Razy's going so slowly. He's dropped another half a second here. And I think, as he comes to turn number 1, it might be an option here. Try down the inside of turn number 3 as he come out to turn number 2. Right now, this tricky little left-hander, it's almost, I don't know if it's a flat end, it's going to be great here in these cars, of course, but some cars it's very quick. But it's very interesting actually. It's the first time I get a sprint set, but I was actually really worried that these cars might struggle around here, but they're doing quite well with the LMP3s, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, this is a track that really looks like every car is struggling here, but this track is really. That's why it's so interesting. Even though it's really small and Mickey Mouse track, it still brings up some really good racing.
Karting track up. It does also well, it does race karting. It also races the Australian, well, kind of Oceania and Australian kind of New Zealand, kind of the whole thing. Formula Ford. I think it does be a supercars if I'm not mistaken as well. Race going a bit defensive. That's what happened with. So that's what happened. So we went defensive. So like I must be kind of like was the happened 2016. What happened between Ike and Razy? Kind of misjudging it as he moved across that. So that's probably what happened. That's exactly the same thing.
Lonnie's got less downforce on that car.
He's not going to do it in time number one. It's a bit too brave.
He's going to focus on the exit. That's really smart of him.
Focus on the exit, not here. Razy, wily old coyote.
Not here, not here, not
here.
here.
Awkward. Don't try down the inside. Backs off that. I've seen that move before. I did it once before. There's a lot of contact. In LMP3s, I don't know how much you really want to risk it here, especially how we're doing with the race, especially it's a tough situation, isn't it? These first opportunity really. I'd say this next corner here would be an option here, but especially for me, I've seen that. Well, we're looking at a hiker. Let's go back to the battle we're looking at. Can we? Lonnie, there we go. He's running wide, he's going off the road, gets the car back going. You really kind of want to position your car well up the front of the corner to make a move there, isn't it? So I did that. I mean, we did contact, but I mean, let's be honest, that was a lot of fun incident. Nevertheless, you can make moves there, just about. Oh.
Well, it does look like Lonnie has the way better pace, and now they're almost side by side, but Razy has got the inside.
Oh, Razy drifted into him nearly there. It was almost contact in car number one, and finally through. Razy can't do anything there, but Razy, I think he's drifting off a little bit there. I almost ran into the side of the line down the straight. They got very close there, a bit too close to my comfort, wasn't it? So Razy perhaps has a bit of a that's a judgment. It is quite, I don't know what time it would be in New Zealand right now. I think it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, it's quite early. About 12 hours ahead of us actually. So the time right now is 9. So yeah, about that. About ish. Depending on where in the exact location he is. I think it might be 9, maybe 8 still. That's actually certain. Nonetheless, he's doing a good job though. He wakes up really early. I've seen he wakes up I think about 8 o'clock to do these races, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's really interesting, the time zone. I wouldn't imagine standing up so early. Maybe he missed a cup of coffee before the race. There's a car going wide, by the way. A good catch on the director. Sig just got past him. Was that Dennis?
Oh,
no, it was Suki actually. It was Suki.
Yeah, Suki struggling again behind Sig actually. There's a 6 just past Suki. That is colossal for well, Suki's team. I think. Who is Suki's teammate?
Thunderhead. He's not here today.
Who is here?
Beauty and the Beast. Oh, Suki's gone off again.
Yeah, Suki's gone straight again now. She's struggling. She's number 24, and we're also noticing here we pretty much missed the entire of the GTE trick, but I don't know where they've all gone. It'll be interesting to see where they've gone, but I don't know. We've got if forgets here. We've got Sig and we've got Marcus, and we have Dennis here. So these guys are going to pick up valuable points, but it's very weird. We're missing at least half the field batch, aren't we?
I think we did, well, not half the field. I mean, otherwise we will.
Most of the GTEs are not there. Teammates.
Yeah, a lot of people have left during the season, and a lot of people need replacements again, and those replacements aren't always available. So of course we end up with 13, 14 people in the lobby instead of 16.
You have to wonder about something else, that commitment as well, because the point scoring system now, this has been brought up quite a lot. It is very weird. It's not very. It's a very uncanny point system, because I like you to think, but so you think Sig's kind of getting maximum points. That if you get, well, not if you get getting maximum points, and if you get the second most points, but no, it's they're not getting many points, are they? Because it's if it's a result, this is why Suki things is not going well for her, because she is actually going to lose a lot of points here because she's getting beaten by a GTE car.
Even though she is an LMP car, so it's really tactical, because we really have to think about alright, who is better in LMP, me or you? On which track are you better, me or you? And then you have to really make tactical decisions on how you can get the maximum performance out of every car. So it's quite tactical and I quite like it, but it's not really something for me. I just like straightforward normal championships.
No, I do quite like the kind of thing, but but it's really weird the point score system because the leader, because of course, especially like we say, Tsuki's scoring less points than Sig right now. That just doesn't sound right, does it? You'd think Tsuki should be scoring more points and Sig should be scoring the most points now, but Sig's gone straight off. That's allowed in that before he's off the rear. Now that is something I've seen quite a lot. That is rally brake bias there. That's rear brake terror. Now I've seen that before. I remember normally you want to put the front brake 64. That's what I normally do. This friends are probably like going, "Why are you doing? What are you doing?" That's too much.
64 is quite a radical change. 64 is really a 64 brake bias is really radical and really unorthodox normally.
No, I quite like it because I quite like well, it's just my driving style. Like very aggressive in the brake. I don't normally use a brake for some reason. Not most of my code, but I like sliding the car into it. Probably why I'm terrible at driving. But nonetheless,
yeah, because well, you always lock up the fronts when you put like that.
Depends on what car. If it's a classic F1 car, then that's definitely interesting. But regarding next season, Vector, we do know this is now, I believe, made official pretty much. Into that with very strong progress. That we are having a classic season. I believe it is almost confirmed. I believe it could be classic Formula cars.
I'm more thinking the Formula. No, I mean Group C. You might see.
Indeed, I've been speaking to Sega God recently. He said Group C is good, but there is one car he's worried about people using, and I think I can't remember what it is. It's the Nissan TPX, I think it's the GTX or whatever it's called. Which no, it's not an F1. It's not a Group C car. It is. Well, it is technically, but it's not a run the same specification. It is, of course, the American specification of that car, which is why it looks like this rocket ship and goes about 1,000 miles an hour. But I always think a GT1 championship could be interesting.
I wouldn't know actually. I haven't really tried a lot of classic cars because, well, I can't drive them normally most of the time. But it will be interesting to see what we will see, of course, in the championships.
Yeah, of course, but we still believe though that I believe it's going to be like a full classic season next season. We still believe so. We expect massive changes coming next season. Hopefully, if they do a classic Formula season, maybe they might give me the reins of organising the tracks. Apparently, know quite a lot about classic F1 for some reason.
Well, Evil, giving the reins is not really the right word to use, I think.
Not giving me the reins. Don't give me the keys to anything. That won't end well. That never end well.
Of course, it's all down to Gavra and Aaron just to do all the making the things and stuff, and we will just see what happens and what we will get.
See what we get next season, indeed. But I don't think though, classic F1 around this track would be very interesting if they do. And of course, I would love actually. F1. We do believe it. We do believe now. It's something that I don't know. Is it going to be the 63 car or 67, or most likely it's going to be the 78 car? Now that's because we raced an event a few months ago that ended. Well, everyone died in turn number one because
by the way, can we get to Dennis quickly?
Yes, Dennis, let's see, that is red, is that not? Yes, it is red.
Yeah, it is red. We'll just see if everything goes smoothly.
Let's see, so we've got lapped by Brady, there we go. Let's see, you see passing the lights and holding the line, that is awkward. Now we have to get out of the way last minute, and Brady's gone straight, there we go, that's okay. He's really not getting many friends here, is he? Right now, he's really kind of...
He's not that aware of his surroundings, it looks like.
That is crucial, especially in these kind of races. Basically aware drivers.
And Dennis goes into the pits. Oh, well, really interesting.
Dennis coming in the pit lane. And they deadly goes through, ready to pick him up.
Deadly goes through. That reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Well, that's something. It's like it gets on the grass there a little bit. That's a bit slidey.
He is right behind DJ Luke. This will be for second position.
Indeed, well, it's interesting.
Only 12 minutes to go into the race. We have had most of it. We are at lap 59, so I do think we will get 64 laps in. That's my prediction.
Yeah, well, I did say about 64 max, and it is kind of.
Oh, there's a car.
Dear.
There's a car there.
Dennis,
he's lost.
Oh, there was another car. Yes, that's
it's DJ Luke.
Have they made contact? Let's get that from that.
What is he doing?
Goodness me! Where is he? That is. Where is he? What is spun? That's weird. That's
He was having a detour.
Yeah, that's. I think that's corner cart there. Now he's cut, but he's anti-cart there because he's gone back across the track.
He's almost got other people in half. I mean, he just ran.
Well, let's not say cut other people in half. That's a bit.
No, but I mean, he just raced in front of other people's cars, and he narrowly avoided them. It was just really risky what he just did there. I have no idea what happened.
I can't remember if you remember, but that reminds me of a certain. Who was it? I don't know what driver it was. Before the X who parted, remember that in camera angle, going across and cutting corner like that, but not in that way, but definitely going across a circuit very dramatically right in front of the drivers. But that did end well that time. Indeed, that did end with the person getting turned into mashed potato. But this is a great debut, by the way. I mean, for Samuel, he's in fourth. That is a decent result, I have to say, isn't it?
Yes, it really is. I mean, just outside of the podium, not that much people can say it, and he's lapping really good. 118.0, that's a really good pace. See, Red, he dropped right back into the beginning of this race. He has had a lot of bad points in this race, a lot of spins, but he came back up to the front. And now he leads comfortably.
Indeed, well, it is very close. In 15 seconds, the gap bit. I do think it is. It coming now? It's going back. I don't know. What? Let's can we get a look at the timings? See, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, it is coming down a little bit. Last lap, it's 2:10. But it is opening a little bit. It's kind of, it seems, in the straights. We know because Hiker definitely is a lot quicker in the straights. In the straights it's closing, but in the corners it opens up. 69. Let's see if let's keep an eye out here. Let's see. As Hiker comes through the last one, let's go to him. Indeed, in fact, we don't need to do that because I think it comes up on the top left. So 69. Let's see, comes the line. It will be.
There's a car stop. Let's go to Dennis. There's a car in the pit lane. Is that Dennis?
Yes, it is. He's hit the wall. He hit the wall in the pit lane.
He did.
That front's gone.
Yeah, I saw him standing still there, so he did hit the wall there.
That is very much controversial. Well, I wouldn't say controversial, but that's very strange. You don't normally see a car crash into the pit lane. Well, actually, you do quite often. I mean, like I've said, the pit lane on this track is very tight, isn't it?
Well, in contrast to his teammate, he's not having a good race.
Yeah, definitely. But he's still on the podium, right? For GTA. Of all three cars. So I suppose there's that, I suppose. I mean, probably a bit sour, but he's still on the podium.
It's gone from bad to worse for him. I mean, I don't really know what he was doing, actually, with the lapped cars and playing lawnmower across the track, so really interesting.
Playing lawnmower, well, it's not the Red Bull X 2010 factor. That was a lawnmower. If anyone remembers that, by the way, oh my god. That was the best lawnmower in existence. 300-mile-an-hour lawnmower straight into the armpit. Doesn't really go very much further than that, but it was amazing, that car on GT5. I think you remember that quite well, Badger, don't you? If you remember.
Oh yeah, I've played GT5 a lot. But there's a car off in the background there. I think there was a white car. I'm not quite sure.
If it is a white car, it's Lonnie, because it can't be anyone else. There we go.
It was Lonnie. It was Lonnie.
There we go. I think there was definitely, well, I suppose there's a few white cars, but the most white, I suppose, a bit more grey than white, I suppose.
It forgets cars also white.
Yeah, there's a lot of white cars. Lap 63 here. Well, there's a Porsche, that's right. I mean, it's kind of its most famous livery. You see this livery quite a lot. It's the same, I think, as it is. Lads had to get out of the way. Flashing lights there saying, thank you very much, I'll have that. That's what we need to teach some drivers. I mean, especially the academy drivers. I don't want to slate them off, but they sometimes, a few of them, not all of them, but some of them kind of don't understand 100% the rules of blue flags. I mean, they don't teach it, suppose, in the class, in an academy, do they, Bertrand?
I don't really know actually if they get teach it, but I think they don't really learn that. I'm not quite sure.
Now let's get to this final few minutes here of this race. They've only got about 5-6 minutes, and we're finishing relatively early, I suppose, aren't we, Patrick? We don't really finish this early.
We already started half an hour earlier, of course, than the normal time.
Yes. Well, and we start about 20 minutes early, because we usually a bit of delay. There we go, back in I come. Just over 6 minutes to go, so we're expecting a finish of around about 6:15-ish. 6:15, 6:13, 6:14. Be interesting to see. But it's definitely a good race. Red is every lap, he's definitely opening that gap now. Let's do it. Let's come to the last corner across the line. This looks to be a good lap. And it's a 16.9. Aiko though, I think he's on a terrible lap by the way.
DJ Luke 16.3 last lap.
Yes, DJ Luke is going on like the time of that. Aiko though, he's struggling here. Let's see as he comes to the line. Let's go to him quickly. We can. Can we? Can we go to Hiker? Cameraman? There we go. 17.1, there we go. 2 tenths down. And DJ Luke, let's see, he's in the background there. Well, I suppose the reason why he's going slow, he's really catching that speed. That gap is 5 seconds. He's got 5 laps to go, and that gap is 83 with that much. They're collecting these. Slightly, he's closing up a little bit.
Only 4.5 minutes to go in this race. Not really much happening. I think the standings are pretty much already decided. Hiker is winning a bit on red, but I do not think he has enough pace to be able to regain the lead. Do you think so? 14 seconds is a lot of time to bridge the gap.
Well, you say that, Betcha, but remember what happened to Cass when he had a 30-second lead on the last time I didn't.
Well, he's really catching up actually. He can go to red.
Well, yeah, but he's gone off though. Look at that lap. He's gone off because he's dropped. There's a 23 to a 17, so he got caught up with a lap. He's coming through. Who's that behind him? Is that Dennis? Is that Dennis coming through that corner? No. I'll spare him then. Is he? I don't know who that was then. can't see the shame. Well, 3 minutes to go. Red is, the gap's opened up a little bit now.
Oh, Lonnie getting well out of the way of Red there.
Yeah, Lonnie, that is sportsmanship there. Lonnie's not had a good day either. Where is Lonnie when he goes? He's fifth right now.
Fifth overall.
Had a crazy in Suki, and Suki, I'd say,
how you going to stop past Firmule? What is happening to Firmule? I mean, something has happened.
Firmule's always been full.
I thought I saw a position change. I think Hiker and DJ Luke.
No, Hiker and DJ Luke, that's what's going on, because they're going, there's a big massive explanation mark from Gavra. Caution mark from them, 2 minutes to go, this could be spicy. I'm about to say, Hiker is going massively quicker by the way, and DJ Luke has got past.
Hiker made a mistake. So, I'm on about something. It was just not Firmule. I just... So do not jump to conclusions. Do not think I'm gone mad.
Just look at the lap time. Look, let's cross the line. Let's see. Look at the lap, 23. So yeah, you were referring to someone's going off. You are correct. No, apologies. But DJ Luke's got a penalty still, so that could be interesting. But I think that might open up a bit more.
So this will be the battle of the penalties actually. Will DJ Luke be able to get a 1 second gap on Hiker? The gap is now 1 second and 1/10 exactly, so...
Indeed, just under a minute to go. The sun's setting down by the way. I've only noticed. How was not this? I don't know when this race started, but it's definitely. Oh, dear, oh dear, and that's a bit of a spin there. Sorry to earphone users there, but nonetheless, DJ Luke still going well. He's in second. He's got he's still under 30 seconds to go, and up front, all the way from absolutely the middle of nowhere, it's a Red. He might as well have stopped, had a cup of tea, had a cup of coffee, had a biscuit, had a little bit of milk in there as well.
We will have exactly 70 laps after we. This will be on the final lap of Red. Oh, there's another car off. There's a car off in the background. Who is that?
It's not Dennis.
I don't think it was.
It was not. Oh, sorry, Dennis. I'm just picking you. And,
yeah, we're now picking on drivers, and that's how we should work.
It's really stop.
Was it sick?
Getting a member as a dad. So through the last corners, though, on lap 69, and there is Sid getting out of the way. I suppose maybe, no, possibly. Well, the two teammates actually, side by side, both winning both their classes. I think they're going to go side by side across the line. Red 15 comes to the last corner side by side with the winner of GTE. Red and Sig win again here, and it is another beautiful race from the teammates. Again, victory here in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's actually basically a 1-2 for them. Both teams in first and in second of GT3, GTE and LMP. DJ Luke comes home second. Heike will be third position. He will be quite frustrated for that. Firmule on his debut, 4th position, not bad at all.
Indeed, it's definitely going well for him. It was a beautiful debut.
We've now got 8 Meissners, 8 Dennis Meissners, so really interesting there.
Wiki, 7.
And Firmule comes up in 4th position, really great stuff from him. and we will see more from him, I think, come to the next week. And they're all joining the club into the first corner. Everyone doing donuts and everyone celebrating their positions.
There is a bit of I think there has been a crash actually there, I think someone's lost their front end.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
Suki.
there it is. Is that Suki? Yeah, it is. Well, there you go then. Race is over.
Are you doing the official orders?
Oh, well, I'll do it then. Well, your official rundown then of your field. Red 15, DJ Luke, Hiker, Samuel, Lonnie, Razy and Suki. And then, in GTE, Sig, If Forget, and Dennis the Menace. Who DNF, by the way, for some reason. Well, leave the final words to you.
Well, I've really thought it was a good race. I will give it a 7 out of 10. A lot of battles actually, especially for this kind of track. It was a really good race, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. So we will see you next week for the next round of Club Series. Of course, Monday and Thursday we also have Academy on Monday, GT4 on Monday, and also GT3 on Thursday. So be sure to check in on that. And well, I've been me, Evil's been Evil, and the director Phoenix has been Phoenix, and we will see you all next week.